All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning. November 12th, 2021. Friday. Big day today. Today is going to reveal all. So the markets have changed. I sat up all night and woke up this morning early to give you this report. But a couple of things. Markets have changed. Markets have changed. So we need to get a bounce today. If we don't get a bounce today or a mini bounce, then it's going to be revealing a lot of how we're going to move forward. But let's dive in. Let's dive in. So a couple of things come up today. Um, Let me see. We can start screening the share. All right. Screen share desktop too. All right. Cool. All right. Couple of things. Overall marks. So let's dive in. So I'm sharing here the indices here. And this is on the daily. Right. So guys, we had a monster rip, right? So if you can tell, the monster rip, we took advantage of this. Now we're looking at the daily, right? The one thing that if you notice, I trade, if you follow this, we trade the MACD. I'm a momentum trader. Um, and momentum started way back when. We're coming close to the end here, right? We have a pullback. We hit this high of 47.18 on the Nasdaq and on the Russell. Um, and we've are coming close. Russell looks like it might have a second wind, and that's a good thing because that can maybe drive the markets up. The Nasdaq and the XPX are pulling back, but we need to have a bounce here. So we tried this level here in the short term of 46.62. Now we'll get that into shortly. We're going to spot that because we can maybe go lower, right? Because unless we get a pop and a pop. If this starts going down, then and this starts popping, that's going to tell me that's losing strength. It's kind of like it's not really going to hold that long, right? So let's dive in. So we're looking at that. So we'll see. Are we gonna stay here and consolidate? And if we consolidate, that's okay, right? Because we had a monster rip. Remember, they sprint and then they rest. They sprint and then they rest. From my years of teaching a long time ago, I used to run down the aisle, sprint, and then rest to kind of demonstrate to people how the market moves. So I'm not going to sprint because I'm on camera and I'm seated, but it's sprint and we're probably going to rest. It needs some times to rest. So usually the time around Thanksgiving, the market kind of chills, hangs out, and then after Christmas, it kind of like not Christmas, but like the first weeks of December, it'll pick a direction. But it looks like it wants to rest right now. So it's probably going to hold in these levels, and that's going to come to an important factor when I teach you when I show you the trading system that I'm going to show you, that we're probably not going to get those big pops and big runners on a lot of the stocks that we did before because we're not getting it on the overall indices. So we're going to have to trade them to the levels. Okay, so we're going to trade them to levels. All right, so that's where we're at. Okay, so let's dive in. Volatility, the VIX, right? And I look at the hourly chart, guys, because I want to look at it from a weekly perspective. If fear is going into the market or coming out. So this was Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, and you can tell fear went up and then it came back down. We're below the 50. It feels like it's dissipating. Um, can it reverse here? Probably go back to the 50, same as we do as always. Possibly, but when we break the 50, fear is decimating. It means that the markets are not going to go down. There's less put buying, right? So people kind of chilled. But if we start dropping, that means that we're going to get some more severe pullback. The bond market was closed yesterday, so we're going to have to watch that. So they're open today, and we're going to watch that. So again, anything above 160 is not good for the overall for tech. So anything below that is going to be good. What's going to happen here? Can it bounce low or is it going to bounce higher? If it bounces higher and this starts going higher, then we're probably going to pull back a little bit. Okay. All right. Let's dive in. The futures right now. Again, I told you that a key integral part, guys, and you should know this moving forward. If you're going to start day trading, you should understand what the level of resistance is. And we always look at this 4 o'clock hour, guys. 4 o'clock is because that's when the overall markets they open. As you can tell, I already put mine there. 46.51. That's going to be a strong level of resistance. If we break below that, then we're also going to head lower, right? That means that because that's pretty hard. But if we stay above that, then we're probably going to be pretty good. We're not going to be bad. So far right now, we're 46, and this works for all stocks. 46.54, we're there. So we're probably going to open up a little higher because we closed at 46.49. So we're probably going to open right in here, right? So that's good. Now we're also in the range, right? The other thing too, I get asked by traders, you know, um, is you have to understand if you're trading weekly, you should understand the underlying that you're trading and what potentially has, right? So um, can it move 10 points in a week, 100 points in a week, 300 points in a week? Let's be realistic. You should know that information if you're trading that, right? If you don't, sit back and wait, observe a lot. Guys, I've all the stocks that I trade, I observe a lot. As you can tell, they're pretty much the same over and over and over again. And I have certain triggers that when I see them, I just react to it, either up or down. And I don't stay in them very long. So as far as this trading system, so during time you will get to learn it and observe it. I use very simple. You can also, the good thing about observing this and this time frame is that when you start, repetition is the mother of all learning. If you start noticing these patterns over and over and over and over and over again, the daily charts, when you see them, which is way slower, you'll be able to react and take advantage of that. Okay, so that's another reason why I started sharing my videos, because I had a lot of friends that wanted me to mentor, and they live all over the world. Currently on the East Coast. I was in the West Coast, go LA, and it's much easier for me to do it this way. All right, guys. So let's dive into it. All right, so we got that out of the way. Let's go back, and we're gonna dive in. And we're gonna go pretty fast. So a couple of things here. The things I have a couple of news items that I looked this morning. What is it? We have option expiration next week, so be careful of that. What else? What else do I have here? There's a couple of news items. Johnson & Johnson is splitting. Apparently, that's like a theme right now. GE split. So the thing to watch, who's going to be next? All right. So remember, we have to think in the future, who's going to be next. If Google does it, that'd be insane, right? What else do we have? Oh, so there's a news here, right? So it looks like it's going to be a chip day, right? So think about this. So the chips, right? So there was Qualcomm came out in their earnings report, and they said that there's actually a short supply. So we all know there's a short supply. The main thing, when is the market going to start reacting and pricing in that the short supply is coming to the end or getting better, right? This is how professional traders trade. We start thinking in the future. We don't like the news and doom and gloom. That's already priced in. Is it getting worse? Then yeah, we have to look at that. But is it going to get better? Right? All things come to an end. So Qualcomm came out and they said that that their chip shortage is getting better. So that was a positive for chips. Chips started flying to semis. Right? AMAT is going to announce earnings next week. If they echo the same thing, I think that the chips are probably going to continue to rally. So that might be the play, the move. Again, you have to pay attention to a lot of the manufacturers out there. Toyota came out with that they're going to go into full production. Like they're going to full production. So what does that mean? What do you think the market's pricing in? That the chip supply, if they're going to ship production, they're not having a chip supply shortage and things are getting better. Let's start connecting the dots and start taking advantage of potential moves now and not have FOMO trades later. We don't do FOMO trades here, okay? So that's number one. Keep that in mind. Okay, the next one, again, I'm noticing the market has changed. So again, we're not getting day twos. Rolex, they're not getting day two. So we're going back into no day two trades. What I mean by that, we're getting these moves and then we're not getting any follow through. So we're going to have to trade them to levels. And that's what I meant. Okay, so Tesla, I really don't know what's going on with Tesla. It doesn't make sense. There's a lot of, I tune into Twitter to get a lot of opinions and kind of to get a market sentiment. I don't really take trades off of Twitter, but just to understand where the market's going, where they're thinking. And there's a lot of, I don't understand it. So if I don't understand it, so far what I've gathered, he sold off a quarter of his position. So Tesla can go lower. So until then, we're just going to chill and relax and look for the opportunities. What else? Rivian, rumor. Rivian options might be trading today. That's a rumor. I'm not sure if that's going to come through. Again, and the thing about Rivian too that I must state is that guys, they have some two major backers, so that Ford and Amazon. So the question is this: it can possibly 10x in 10 years, be $1 trillion company. right? And but do you invest it in Rivian for your, or do you invest it in crypto? Good question, right? I don't know. So let's figure that one out. All right. But so far, uh, we having a quiet morning, quiet morning. So let's dive in. Let's see. You know, we had an amazing week. This week we had a few, not as much as we did last week, but let's go in. All right. So here's a 15-minute chart, and let's dive in. So what do we have here? We have um, okay, so the XPX is pulled back. We use a 50-day moving average. It's coming down. I used a box theory from Nicholas Darby. You can do that. I do it on the hour, on the 15-minute charts, and the boxes are getting lower, right? They're getting lower. So what are we thinking? Whenever we're below the 50, you should have been thinking bullish. We should thinking what? Bearish, right? So unless you do advanced trading, and have you sat with me and I've taught you how to trade it up to the 50, or hit me up. Guys, press that like button, press that notification button, because next week, by the way, we're going live. I finally found out how to do it live from Zoom, so I'm going to be putting those live, and hopefully I can get to this to you a little sooner than 9 o'clock, right? So give you some time to prep. So press that notification button. You want to be notified for the fire trades. All right. So what are we doing? So right here, we're at the 50. This is I love this setup, right? So what's going to happen today? It's a Friday. Are they going to take it down? Are they going to hold it? We sold off for about 2-3 days, right? Yesterday was an inside day. So right here at that 50, right, we're going to open up a little higher. We got that 46.64 is a strong level. Is that going to hold, right? And is the MACDs, is it going to turn lower? If it starts turning lower, then we're probably going to go back down to what? 46.31. The short term, we have this 46.50. Okay, so watch that. If it holds here and it starts breaking out, remember, things are not going to break up pretty fast. We're not going to have a V recovery. But if it goes back, you know, if you don't feel comfortable with that, wait for it to pull back, bounce off the 50, let this come up and bounce, and then that'll be another setup. So again, we wait for the proper setup that's most comfortable for you, right? Again, yeah, trading's a patience game. Okay. Again, the Nasdaq, same type of thing, same type of scenario. It's right there. It's at 16,000 or 160064. Watch the bond market. If it starts going lower, 16,000, and you got this 15,903, and that is indicative of a pulling back, right? So again, we don't like to take trades, bullish trades, right? To keep it safe, If you're learning, don't take trades when the market, especially when the price action is below the 15-minute time frame. Okay. Russell is much stronger, much stronger. So again, if it's pricing in higher interest rates sooner than expected, this has a lot of banks. So banks should do better, right? And then if we bounce here and break there at 24.20, then we can probably start. We got some headwinds here at 24.30, and then we have this headwind at 20, let's say 24.43, but really 24.46 on top. Again, the setup will be bounce here, bounce there, and break. Then you can probably make some money there. Okay. Or if it holds here, if they hold it, doesn't break, you can trade that. If it bounces, trade it to the level. And again, I talked about this yesterday about money management. Okay, and I'll do a video on that. And if you're trading to a level and you're kind of in this consolidation phase, you made some profit, what can you do there? Well, you can roll it up, lock in your gains, and then roll up with a small portion of your gains and roll it up. If that goes to shit, then who cares? You still won in the trade. If it goes higher, then you roll it up to the next level, and then but eventually one of those is going to go to crap, right? You just have to kind of accept that, but this is how you manage your position if you're in front of your computer. It's very difficult if you're not in front of your computer, you have a day job, then it's going to be challenging for you, but you can do it on a much broader basis. All right, so here we go. Alphabet. It's trying to go this morning. Is selling, got some selling pressure. We're not going to touch it. We have a divergence here. It looks like it probably can go, but needs to take out that headwind of 29.50 and 29.60. Not there yet. We're going to see what the overall market is going to do, but I like this bounce here at a divergence at 50. Not the most ideal, but let's see what happens here. If it holds, this can be a sleeper move on Friday. Remember, Google likes to move on Fridays. If you know me, that's what it does. That might be a potential lotto play today. Okay, lotto. And remember, when we play lottos with our gains for the week. We don't play lottos with our fresh new money. So please don't do that. Okay. Amazon looks better. It's bouncing. It's holding this 434.66. Same thing as over here. If this bounces higher, then this can probably go higher. But we're pretty far up here at 35.45. That's going to be a print, and we're still below the 50, right? So watch it at the 50. See what happens. This can actually go lower, right? If these starts going lower, this can go lower. It's set up for a lower play. Potentially, there is a divergence here. Let's see if that goes to fruition. This divergence telling me they can probably go to the highs of yesterday. Okay, if the markets turn. Okay, Tesla. We had a nice read on Tesla. This is a dead cat bounce. Now that I look at it from an overall perspective, is it going to go higher? Nope. We have levels on top. So now what are the new levels on top? We got 1100. This pre-market 1120, but it looks like it's probably going to go lower, right? So we have a support bounce here, bounce, and going lower. How low is it going to go? Probably 987, all right, to those lows. So, investors are analyzing the same information that I am, and they're going to take it lower. So ISRG, they took it lower, guys. They took it lower. So this is what I mean. We don't fall in love with stock. They took it lower. This was a creeper. It went up. The overall market is pulling back. So remember, it was ripping, and now the market is consolidating. So is this going to go higher? I'm not really suspect. I think certain key places are going to go higher, but this is not. It's just we just wait and see. ISRG, I traded quite a bit. It's probably going to go down. Possibly we got levels right here. It's setting up. So let's see where the setup is at. It's coming back up. Let's see if we can go up to the 50, and let's see what happens at that 50. And that might be, if it starts going down and breaking down and the overall markets go down, that might be a potential play to the downside. All right. Chipotle, much stronger. So this is the sleeper, right? So I talked about Chipotle. This was a trade we did. I didn't want to put it up on TikTok because I put up a few trades, but this is a trade when you're patient. This is a trade that we kind of analyze. This is what we love here. Bounce off the 50, bounce off the MACD. But because what I told you before, that the market has changed, you take the trade to the level, right? So if you want to hold that overnight, I didn't. We just locked in those gains. But this was a nice little profit, about what, $10, $8. Not much, but hey, a gain's a gain. I'll take the win. The reason why I took it, this could be a second win. The reason why I took it is because I saw that the overall market was changing, right? Are we going to get those ripped higher? Not until we start seeing these boys above the 50. Okay, when they go above the 50, then we're possibly going to see breakouts. Like rippers, like major rippers, like the bangers that we've been getting all week, all month long, all couple of months. It's been an amazing week. Fizz pump, guys. All right, let's go. Lamb Research, this is the chip, right? As you know, yes, I did change it. Master MicroStrategy was there. I did change it. All right, let's get going. So this has a potential to move, right, based on all the information. Is the market going to price in? Semis have not given back their gains. They're on fire. LRCX, these guys make chips. They make the parts for the chip manufacturer to make. 619 on top. You got, 623. Are they going to take this up? It looks prime. It looks like it can go up, bounce up to 50. It just needs to take those highs. If the overall market shift, this can be the one that's probably going to move. Shopify, they took it down from 1564. We rode this puppy up. Let it take it down. It's above the 50, looking good. If the overall market reacts above the 50, 1513 to get it going. It looks good. Let's see. We're all at the mercy of the market, and it's a Friday. Are they going to take it up? Right? Anything's possible. Remember, we keep our levels open. We understand which way the direction is going, right? That's what makes us different. You never fall in love with a direction. Okay. Netflix, they took it up. This is the trade we took yesterday. I've set this up. It looks like it's probably setting up for another play. If it bounces off the 50, bounces off here, takes out this 666, there's that number again, it can probably go a little higher. Now, how high can it go? Wow. It can go. It's got 686. Whoa, that's pretty far up there. I'm gonna say 677, but let's put that one in there. But it can go. All right, Roku. I didn't like Roku. I didn't understand why they were taking this up. Bad earnings, and clearly it's going back down. So be careful with this one. They're taking it up. They're doing a lot of dead cat bounces here. Wait for the 50. Here's a setup, probably to the downside. 273. 271 to get it going better. Watch the MACDs to turn, and that could be a play for the downside. Again, Nvidia, they're taking it down. They're taking it down. Nvidia. Again, this thing had a monster run, guys. We gave this here like 220. Is that 309? So 309 is where we're going to print. We're also going to print this 306. If it can hold that 300 level, again, it can probably go back to the 50. It's probably going to have an inside day. So see if they just hold it here, and this probably could run. Does it run today? Not sure. Mercado Libre, they're taking this one down. All right, let them take it down. This is the first time we touched the 50 from 2 days ago. It looks like we're going to touch the 50. What's going to happen after that 50? We're going to break up, or we're going to break down. So this might be a play for both sides. Again, we have that 1628 on the upside, and then on the downside, it can go lower, right? We can go a lot lower, and I think we can go probably to this 1546 and then 1524. Okay. Apple, watch Apple. This is going to be indicative of which way the XPX is going to go. So if Apple's up, it's hard for the XPX to crater. All right. Goldman's up, it's hard for the XPX to crater. Things you have to keep in mind. So, Tesla's up, hard for the XPX to create. It goes down, it could possibly create it, but we need other factors to help it. So Apple looks like it's bouncing, coming up. Can it go? It looks like it's probably one to touch 149. Again, watch that. Trade Desk looking better. They took it down. We like this. They took it down from earnings, great earnings. The advertisement was not affected by the iOS privacy. So it looks like it probably can go to all-time highs. All right, is looking like it's setting up. Next level up, we got this $96, right? It can probably hit that $96. Let's see what the price action does. What happens there? I don't know. And then we have the high up here of 98. 98, if it takes it out, it's going to go. Okay, so we got Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs looking better. All right, it's bouncing. Where can Goldman Sachs? We're going to watch that level to 405. I got my 407 to really get it going. Okay. So this looks positive for the overall markets. Affirm came out, they signed that exclusive deal with Amazon, but if Amazon goes down, this probably going to take it down with it. I always said, I still don't know the answer. Layaway plans, still fishy to me. What if you don't pay? So I'm not sure. I think we're going to find out shortly if that's going to be a good model or not. But it looks like they want to take it down right now. But this is set up to the downside, bounce off a zero, bounce off the MACD, and where can it go? Possibly we got this first level 146, and then we have this 131. Okay, Upstart. Holding good earnings. They're great review, great guidance. However, their growth rate was slow. So are they going to take it up 266 to get it better? All right, HubSpot taking it down. They took it down. Either way, we're at that 50. We're at the mercy of the 50 and at 0. So this can go either way. We got 829 on top and we got 812 at the bottom. Okay. Zoom. They're taking it down. It has a divergence here. Can they get it going? We got 253 on top. Okay, if it starts breaking up, 253 on top, 249. Not really much. Then you got 259. All right, bookings, they're taking it down. We have not touched the 50 from 2 days ago. We'll probably have a date with the 50 probably today at 25.35. Let's see, and let's see how it reacts there. Okay, ServiceNow, they took it down. Now they're taking it up. Okay, so we got 688. Again, this is what I mean. Just chill. Don't panic. 688. Monster upgrades. Are they going to take it up? That 700 level is pretty hard on top. Coinbase. All right, the theme. They take it down. They take it down on earnings. And again, we see them with Amazon, Netflix, Tesla, and then they take it back up. So are they going to take it back up? We'll see. We got 350 on top. And can it get it going? We'll see. On a Friday. That's all we got. All right, let's go. So Bitcoin pulling back, guys. I've been talking about Bitcoin. Look, it's pulling back. This run is coming to the end. It's pulling back. So even though it's going up, this is losing weakness. Is it going to come back? Is it going to come back now? The great thing about Bitcoin, the pullbacks are not severe. They're not severe. So what happens is probably going to linger, set up to the 50 if it starts pulling back, and then it can probably pop shortly. I don't think it's not going to happen like today, but I think there's going to be a pop in the immediate future, probably in a week or two, maybe sooner. MicroStrategies, again, pulling back. So, again, Bitcoin pulls back, this pulls back. Ethereum, again, coming to the end. This is losing weakness. We see the MACDs pulling back. So let's see, is it going to, a pullback going to be sideways, or is it going to come back to the 50? We'll see, and we'll see. All right. What else we got? What else we got? We have Nvidia, Qualcomm. So here are the chips, guys. And real quick, I'm just going to show you. This is the 1 hour time for. Let's do 15 minutes. Let's do 15 minutes time frame, and we're just going to see these chips right away. So with Nvidia, we got, again, setting up nicely. Let's see if this can turn and that can turn, or is it going to go lower? Qualcomm is going lower. Okay, pre-market, we see that. LRCX, this looks like it's bouncing. If it takes out that 619, we talked about that. ASML, pulling back. So see what happens at that 50 and right there. Intel, much stronger. They took it up. Let's see what happens here. Can it pull back? Can it go back? All right. AMAT, Applied Sciences, no trade here. Looks like it's bouncing. We don't know. We got that 156 on top. Roblex, no day two. We had a great day here. Let's see what happens here. You need that $100 to go, again, round number, super strong. Again, Lucid, they had a nice pop here. We're not getting any clear direction on Lucid. So as far as for a trade, let's see how it reacts here at that $44. Okay. Rivian, again, just destroying. Let's see if it has options today. If it has options, let's see if that can probably move the stock. But you got 129 on top. Let me go to hourly charts on Rivian to give you, if you're trading this thing. Again, we got 129 to get it going. If it pulls back, I would recommend probably getting in closer to the pullback. All right, guys, that's all we got. Stay green. Go get it. And remember, guys, next week, if you want to be notified, I finally found out how to do the live stream off YouTube and Zoom Marriage. So, and that will get this show out to you much sooner. God bless, guys. Stay green. Have an amazing weekend. Be safe. And again, just go get it and stay green, guys. Take care. Bye.